Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to another reaction and review of The Expanse. Today I'm going to be watching, reviewing, and reacting to Season 2, Episode 7. So we're progressing right along through Season 2 here. So before I get into anything here, I would just like to first of all thank everybody both on Patreon and here on YouTube who has watched and supported my reaction kind of summary discussion video, whatever you'd like to call it, pertaining to the relationship between Miller and Julie. I know it's something kind of different than what I usually do. If you watch that video, or if you watch me talking about it before I actually made it, you'll know that I just personally felt like I wanted to spend a good amount of time talking about that. I had a lot of thoughts, clearly, and I didn't really feel like I was capable of articulating any of that, of course, in the immediate aftermath of watching episode 5 of this season. But also, I really didn't feel like I wanted to just quickly kind of say some of those ideas or throw them out there at the beginning of my episode 6 video either. I just really wanted to put a lot of time and thought into it. So it was a very different sort of format. Obviously there was no reaction there or no new episode, but so I just really want to say thank you to everybody who supported that and who liked it. It was fun for me to make that video. I had a lot of fun thinking about it and putting it together and just talking to everybody about it too. So thank you so much for the support. And building off that, just a huge thank you, continuous thank you going out to everyone who is currently supporting me on Patreon. The only reason that I am able to, at the moment, first of all, do as many videos as I currently am, but also do kind of more experimental videos like that one, as opposed to just my straight up reactions, is because I have the support of the people who've come out to support me on Patreon. So a huge thank you to all of you guys. You are absolutely the best. If you are interested in coming out to support me on Patreon, I'll leave a link in the description of this video below. There's various different tiers, things that you can get. You know, you can get just early access to some videos. You can get full-length reactions to The Expanse, so that is an option. Or if you just want to come out and donate a couple of dollars to the channel just to say, hey, I like your stuff, really any little bit does help. It makes it easier for me to make more videos and also to maybe put them out on a more consistent basis. I know sometimes people feel like they're waiting quite a few days between episodes, and part of that really is just that, like I've kind of mentioned before, I have sort of an irregular work schedule, and this is something that I just have to do on the side right now when I have any time. So, I mean, any financial support that I do get, I massively appreciate it, and it also makes it easier for me to put out more. So, just, if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. If not, again, not a big deal. I do just appreciate everyone's support here on YouTube, too. Alright, so we are now going into what I've been told is kind of like the start of a new arc in the aftermath of the Miller-Julie thing and everything that happened with Eros going to Venus, and now we're dealing with everything that comes after that, basically. And so last episode there was a lot going on. You know, I talked a lot about this at the end of my last video, so I'm just kind of curious to see where we're going to start off here, especially with where we left off with Gunny, Sergeant Draper, and whatever is happening on Ganymede and whatever that thing was. So I think without further ado, I'm just gonna start the episode here. So let's go, let's see what happens. Episode 7. Let's go. So everything's basically just decimated. Stuff falling from space, I guess. All that stuff that was falling down we saw.
A proxy war that will stay in the sandbox and fight them there. But make no mistake, this was an escalation. We need to choose an appropriate Martian target in response. Christian?
We invite Maurice to a peace summit.
A peace summit? And what? Foot massages too?
Trust me, Maurice wants this worse than we do. They've got nice, pretty ships, But they'll never match our numbers. They're not idiots.
They were the aggressors on Ganymede. So what was that?
Fear.
No, there was
The
some
whole system has been a
alien
tinderbox
thing.
since Eris. No one can explain it. Morse thinks it's our weapon. We think it's with blocks and sticks.
You'll never sell it to the Security Council.
You will sell it. Because you saved Earth from Eris.
We all know who really did that.
And whom do I serve?
Why didn't you ever run for office?
I like getting shit done. And I like to keep my head attached to my neck.
Your father was smart. You're smarter.
That was pretty great. That whole thing was pretty great.
Station refugee
I liked,
ships are now arriving at docks 3 and
She's
7.
getting some recognition from somebody, but also, you know.
Refugee ships waiting to...
And despite the circumstances, it'll be good to see you against the tower. Until then.
There's a familiar face that's gonna cause trouble, probably. Haven't seen him in a while.
I think that's why Bells love him, because he lined his own pockets with his. Dawes put all of those bribes back into the neighborhood.
Yeah, now he's practically running Ceres.
About time the Belter was.
This is interesting. So Holden, are you like kind of taking up Miller's position on Dawes here?
See?
Or at least his original
You're already
position on Dawes.
friends.
And then here Naomi is articulating quite the defense of him. Naomi's getting more and more of the belter. Oh. This is interesting. Amos seems really upset by that.
You reported shots fired along the UN line.
6 blues. They were coming right at us. Then we got jammed. I grabbed Travis and we made a line.
6 blues charging you.
No. Oh wait, there was a 7th. Lieutenant Sutton, he would have picked up on it. He was
Lieutenant Sutton was killed with 11 others on the shore.
Oh god.
She's bleeding again.
Nurse, you need a sedative.
Yes, sir.
Go back.
Why?
The calm I felt. It was like a terrible storm had lifted. It was painless, you know. The procedure. If you're interested.
I didn't say that. Today there was this boy that looked at me like I was a monster. I think I scared his mother. I didn't mean to. It made me remember when I was that boy.
Yep.
So, somebody hurt your mother?
I lost her a long time ago. And then there was Lydia.
Who?
Just someone that looked after me.
And you loved them.
I think I did.
I loved my mother too. It was the residue of guilt, shame, need. Love kept me at her bedside until she died. Nearly caused me to miss out on the greatest work humanity has ever undertaken.
Of course that's the way you look at it now.
Proto-molecule devours old constructs, it recreates them. It only moves forward, as we must.
Move forward, what do you mean?
You want to be that real boy again, to feel how you felt before the world broke you, the safety of your mother's embrace. But you cauterized all that in order to survive. You don't want that back again.
So this guy's kind of figured out
Stop
Amos
out those last embers
interestingly,
and
huh?
you'll be free of it.
No.
We are about to rewrite the entire
That's not what he
story
wants to.
of humanity. And if you like, you can be a part of that too. I can help you.
Earth. And if that is not sufficient enough to earn their respect, we have their missiles. And that is our ticket to the kingdom. But we must come together first. A unified belt must send a representative that speaks for all of us.
Now, you look good in a suit, Fred. Who thinks he's a belter goes home to Earth begging for table scraps, and maybe he forgets about us, eh?
No. The belt needs a born belter to be its voice. Anderson Dawes should represent us. Excuse me. No disrespect. I just imagine the look on the inners' faces when they see who is sitting across the table from them. I will be honored to represent the belt.
This is an interesting meeting.
It's a beautiful dream he has, huh? Earth and Mars at peace. And the belt, equal partners in that peace. But is it too much an Earther's dream? I do not doubt his heart. Fred Johnson has proven himself to be a true friend to the belt. But as much as I fear war between Earth and Mars, I fear the peace more. But that is when they will turn their sights back on all of us. The inners are not like us. Earthers cannot look upon a team but wonder who it belongs to. Ourselves against this weapon. We must find out what it was.
That's my hope. That someday we will know the whole truth of Eros. But right now, we believe that we have destroyed the threat. When we took over Protogen Station, we killed the madman who made that weapon. We've seen Eros burn up into Venus. Earth knows that the rot is coming from his house. They almost lost their planet as a result. They don't want another Eros any more than we do.
I mean, except Aaron, right? Who knows what he wants?
Johnson says that we are safe.
I was on Eros. I saw it dying. And I was there when we killed the bastards who did it. It was a small group. We believe not working on behalf of any government. And I think Fred is right. The threat has been eliminated. And those missiles you have, Earth and Mars have pointed those damn things at each other for over 100 years. So let's give them back.
Yes.
Returning them will show that the belt is ready to lead the peace.
James Holden, good night now. See, one by one, the best Earth has to offer us are coming to our fight. I think he is an idealist, my friend. And idealism is a luxury of the inner planets. But I agree with
The belt. You want to paint me as one of the bad guys because I'm an Earther? Have a great time.
Good and bad, don't get distracted by that. It will just confuse you. Good men do bad things, like Fred Johnson. And bad men do things believing it's for the good of all mankind. That's how I know this isn't over, Satara. I can't
That
rely
is
on
what
hope.
Dresden
We
seems to
nearly
think.
lost Earth in all of this too, you know.
And yet there she is, shining like a jewel.
Enough. We're really busy.